All right, welcome to the third review of the evening. Up this time is Viral Reload EX. Viral Reload EX is a shoot 'em up with dash mechanics, where you shrink down to fight infections at a microscopic scale. Can you defeat the evil Kyle Kaboom before he destroys the moon? Sounds like quite the fantastic voyage to me. Right. So this game was assigned to the Golux for review. So over to him for the details.
Unlike the last game, this is a vertical shooter. It does thus have, thankfully on the Switch, a Tate mode option. So I played most of it like that, using just the Switch 2 kickstand as a stand, and taking the Joy-Cons off. The controls are pretty much stick or D-pad to move, button to shoot, which auto fires, but there's a slight pause after every, I think, 4 shots. And a dash button, which gives you, if you press it while you're moving, you do a short dash in that direction, invincibly. Which is important because this is a little bit bullet helly. Also, sorry, I was distracted for a second. This is wave-based. While you can say that about pretty much every vertical shooter, in this specific case, it is wave-based in that if you die, you don't get to... You do have 3 ships, and I think there's a rare power-up that can get you another one, but you restart at the beginning of that wave, so you have to clear each wave without getting hit. Eventually. Like, you get a few tries at the thing, but you also, in some of the later levels, and possibly even one wave in the first level, it seems like the order of wave, like, while the same waves are in each chunk of 10 or so, it feels like sometimes some of them can be adjusted where they are. And they show up in a slightly randomized order. The hitbox is... It's not as bad as, like, in GepEX, where it's your whole thing. It's also not quite the bullet hell. You have, like, a 1 or 2 pixel hitbox. I think it's mostly the cockpit of your ship.
Yeah, typically on stuff like this, it is your cockpit.
Though, in some of the later stages, you're not always inside a body, by the way. So in some of the other stages, you have a slightly different ship design with slightly different powers. There don't seem to be regular, like, in-stage weapon upgrades or shields or anything. At least as far as... I only got, like, most of the way through the second stage because it took me, like, most of an hour to finally get through the first stage, including... Okay, as soon as you get to a boss, you unlock the ability to practice the boss from stage select, which was very helpful, because it meant I didn't have to go through all 10 phases to get to the first boss. Petty Fan is obviously better at this than I am, but that's not surprising. But, yeah. The controls are fairly good, but it does... Definitely, like, it's not shy about having obstacles that you absolutely have to dash to avoid. Either a beam that, like, covers the entire vertical length of the screen and tracks you, or regularly goes left or right, or sometimes just things that move pretty fast. The first boss is not actually super hard. It's just a little bit... It has a couple of things in the second half that are hard. You have to learn them, I think. Yeah, so that is the main mechanical thing. The story is mostly seems to be pretty goofy, but not without you, as you expect from like the premise. There's a little bit of body horror in some things, but yeah, but it's mostly kind of silly. The art style actually reminds me of some of the fucking edutainment type games. But that's just like bold lines and colors with really flat color schemes and stuff. But yeah, the story's like is about the band where one of the guys got mad and is now trying to, take over / destroy the thing, the world. I guess eventually the moon. Your main character's name is Bimmy. I think it's illegal or impossible to make a serious game with a character named Bimmy. So yeah, that is pretty much most of what I saw of it. The controls are pretty good. What I did not see is how many levels there are, which probably makes a significant difference. Though there is also a demo of this, it looks like. So
This demo is
Yeah,
only available on PC, it looks like.
sorry, yes, on PC there's a demo at least. I don't know if there's a demo on Steam. There on Switch there could be.
If there is, it's not showing.
Okay. So yeah, overall I had a fairly decent time with it, but it was a bit unforgiving having only 3 lives. You do get, you can start a new run from the second stage once you get to the second stage. You are doing score attack, so obviously if you start from the beginning, you'll have higher score by later stages. But if you just want to see the story, you do get checkpoints in that form, so but yeah, that's I guess most of what I have. The gimmick of it being at least mostly inside bodies is interesting, but not a ton of, it's not that big of a deal, really. You're still fighting a lot of things that might as well be spaceships. In fact, the second stage puts you, I'm pretty sure, not in a body, and a lot of the enemies still behave the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's mostly what I got. So it looks like, how much is this on Switch?
The game across the board is $10.
Okay, I was gonna say I saw that it was $10 on PC. But I had to check for parity. Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty good price for it. And the Tate mode thing is kind of an advantage on Switch, although I guess on PC you can have as big of a screen you want, or literally set up one of your monitors to be vertical. But
actually, let me see if they even give you an option to actually do that. Video. Tate. Yes, there is a Tate.
yeah, it does also have a pixel perfect scaling mode, which is good. Because I really strongly prefer pixel perfect scaling. And yeah, there's some decent number of... Also, this does have a 2-player option, but I did not have a player 2. I don't know if that would make it easier or harder. You'd have more firepower, but also a harder time dodging.
I guess it depends on if you can collide with your player 2 or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can collide, that would be a problem. If it's not, then literally just keep an eye on yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, that's Mostly what I got, I guess.
All right then. So yeah, that'll about do it for Viral Reload EX here. Be sure to tune in after the break as we review Echoes from the Sudelia. Cudelia. I cannot pronounce this word, so I'm just going to call it Echoes from Citadel.